Taylor May.
And I'm Bo Walker.
We're trainers with fit coaches, actually, with fit people. We're here to talk to you about, detraining, deconditioning. A lot of people can't get to the gym right now, and so we're going to talk a little bit about, what happens, and when you stop training, and give you a little reassurance about that.
Yeah, to let you know that, hey, you don't have the equipment that you're normally used to, but you can use other means to keep going, to keep moving, and get you to where you need to be, continue on with those goals.
Yep. So we're going to make a simple graph, kind of go through different types of people and how they react to adversity. It's not just this virus and not having gym, but like things pop up in our life. But this is we're going to use this virus and this situation to kind of paint a picture of what really happens. So say you're conditioned and you've worked and you started and you worked your tail off, and then you get to the point, then bam, gym closes, coronavirus happens. So we're going to go over what happens then. There's three types of people really that take three different paths on that section. First type of person, they say it's too hard. It's too hard. I can't. They kind of just give up. This sounds terrible, but they're easily broken. At that point. So as soon as adversity hits, they kind of stop. You see a lot of people in January 1 or whatever, they're like, oh, I'm on New Year's resolution. They come out of the gates and they're hauling butt where they don't see the results fast enough, or something happens, they fall off their diet, something happens in their personal life, and they kind of just fall off the wagon and they just quit all of a sudden. So.
Absolutely. And this is a prime time where this happens, when you have this event, and they're the ones that need that encouragement. They need the equipment that they're used to. So this is why we're having this, so we can reassure you and get you into that and get you from being person 1 to person 2.
Yeah, possibly person 3, but we'll go over that in just a second. So what happens? So, the three things happen really. But like you have, if you build a lot of muscle, it takes longer to build muscle, 6 to 8 weeks to actually adapt to the new resistance training that you are doing. So the longer you do this, actually the longer it's going to take to go away. So muscle just doesn't go away. If you're running and gunning and you're going in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight, but then as soon as you stop doing that, the next couple of days you're going to start gaining the weight back. But with resistance training, it takes longer to build muscle, but it also takes longer to lose muscle. So the first couple of weeks, we don't see much decrease. Think about 2 weeks for like bench press, for instance, you see a 1.7% decrease in your max. So that's
about 5 pounds.
About 5 pounds if your bench max is about 300 pounds. So that's not much, right? So you get to about 4 weeks, and then you start noticing more of a drop off after 4 weeks. So you get to 4 weeks, and then it really starts to fall off down here. So the first couple weeks, if you haven't done anything, you're kind of sitting on the couch, you're not going to lose much. You can get back up and start moving. Aerobically is a little bit different. You can talk a little bit about that, Bo.
So in the aerobic, when you stop, you actually have a 4-week window where you decrease from 4 to 16%. And then after that 4 week, it's really a bigger drop off to where you actually lose upwards of 20% or greater. So that's why it's really important for that aerobically that we keep you going, keep you moving, so we keep you up here and get you back into where you want to be.
Yeah, and really your cardiac output, like your blood volume, really. So if we run in Birmingham and then all of a sudden we move to Vail, Colorado, or somewhere in Colorado with high elevation, because we don't have that adaptation to that lack of oxygen and more blood volume in our body, we're going to see a big change there. So really, as you lose, everybody's been sick or everybody's been gone from vacation, they come back like, oh, I'm so out of shape. Really, you're just losing a little bit of blood volume. It doesn't take long to get that back. If you start losing muscle, it takes a little bit longer to get that back going forward.
Yeah. So, a lot harder to build that muscle tissue up than it is to get those changes aerobically back up to where you.
That's right. Yep. So, person 2. What does person 2 say? I've come too far. I've come too far to stop now. So what they do, I got to keep moving. I got to do something. And if you don't have the gym and you're at home and you don't have like a lot of things to lift, you can use body weight. But like if you're trying to do pull exercises, your hamstrings or or your back, you kind of got to get creative a little bit.
Yeah, like we've done, we've adapted. We took milk jugs, filled them with water, filled them with sand, put a bar, in between, using a broom handle. That way you can get those pull exercises and keep going, keep moving forward.
Yeah, and you might not set records. You might not be able to do power cleans, 300-pound power cleans or whatever, but you can hold on and do something. So doing something is always better than anything. So what we see person 2 kind of come out, they don't really lose anything until about 4 months. The longer you go, you're going to lose a little bit, but not a lot. Not a lot there, okay? So anything to add on to keep going, moving forward?
Yeah, keep going, moving forward with it. Same thing with that person when they do aerobically. If you keep moving and keep progressing, you're going to change this line to where it's going to mirror closer to that other line up there as well.
Yeah, you want to be tracking as close as you can to like kind of a maintenance phase.
Absolutely.
So if you just keep moving, you keep using your muscles, and you keep doing anything aerobically, anaerobically, glycolytically, you're going to be a way better off from when it's time to jump back in. And this is not just for the virus. This is for anything. Like if you go on a 2-week vacation, or if you fall off, or something happens, just find a way to keep moving, because you're really only a rock star a couple, 2-3 times a year to where you're really energized. But what you want to keep from happening is these zigzag. You want to keep going here, and it looks like a staircase. So you're going to level off, and you're going to keep going. And when it's time to compound, you're going to be in a lot better position right here than you are right here. Then the third person, the abnormal person, the Michael Jordans of this world, they're going to be like, I'm going to find a way to get better. So they actually perform at a higher level when adversity hits them. So when their ass is to the fire, they go harder, which is hard to believe, and it's counterintuitive. There's not many people that fall into here, So don't feel bad if you're not this person, if you don't, I'm going to go harder. So these people, well, if they can't be in the gym, they're going to find a way to get better. So they might not do a lot of cardio, so then they start focusing on their runs. They might not do eat very well, and then they focus on their nutrition. They find a way to meet themselves in the middle to counter the losses that they're not getting with the gym, and they find a way to actually get better. So you see these people increase. Maybe not to the path to where they were, but they actually increase from where they were right here. So you have these 3 different paths right here. One quits, one finds a way to maintain, and one finds a way to get better.
And you'll find that if you keep moving, keep going, no matter what you're doing, you feel better. You feel better about your situation, and you'll stay in these categories. When you start falling off and doing aerobically or in the anaerobically, and you drop down, it's harder to go from there and get back up. So you want to stay in here, keep that motivation, so you start off here again when time comes back to get back into your regular routine.
Yeah. So when the gym opens back up, and you find, or you find your second wind, when you're ready to go again, let's say you got burned out, and you want to just maintain. You just want to try to maintain, keep moving. But when the gym opens back up and everybody's ready to get at it, and everybody's ready to go to the beach, say open season, where would you rather be? You want to be somewhere in here, because it's going to be a lot easier to climb from right there than to be down here and try to get back to where you were. The older that you get, it's going to be harder, right? So we want to try to stay as active as we can. And then these things are always going to happen. These things are always going to happen, not just the virus or anything else, or your gym shutting down. Life hits us, and we want to be able to keep moving. Like Winston Churchill, one of my favorite quotes, when you're going through hell, keep going. So that's what you have to do right now. Just find a way to keep moving. For stress, decrease cortisol levels, keep your hormones high, and keep your sanity, really. So you need to focus on yourself and find a way to keep moving and going forward.
Absolutely.